welcome to the most handsome show in all of television. This is an opportunity to now reach out to your financial advisor and have a conversation with them. Welcome to another episode here at our podcast series. We are on our Friday edition. We are on the news segment of the show. Is it the news segment of the show today?
It is.
Is it Friday?
It's Friday.
Oh, it's Friday.
TGIF.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's right. How was your BC trip?
It went fabulous.
Did it rain in BC?
It did
Probably
not rain. It did not.
It will probably rain. It probably rained. All right. So we were talking about the emergency fund and the need to have that, and we give a few examples last week where that can be essential. So we're looking at the news now, and it's also indication that we should really focus on having that emergency fund. I'll give a personal example. I've got my returns. I thought was a fraud. But when I went into my account and I checked, I requested that all the payments be made one time instead of quarterly. So that's why it looks big number. That's why it looks so handsomely in my account. But what I've done is I've taken that money and I've put it into a separate account where that is just going to be used in case whatever reason I can't. I would need it.
So instead of spending which is typically what most people do, you realize that there's some negative headwinds that are occurring right now, and just to be on the safe side, maybe now is not the right time to spend. Let's put it aside. Unfortunately, that also has some negative connotation to our economy, because if everybody does that and nobody spends, then
the economy is going to slow down.
Our gross domestic product is going to slow down.
So we did see that the indication that GDP did rise just slightly for the first quarter in Canada. We also see the Bank of Canada has decided that they're not going to increase rate. They're going to keep it there. Now, what they're saying, they're keeping it. Main reason, tariffs. They're keeping it there. But for them keeping the rates there, where there's been maybe an expectation that the rates were going to drop a little bit lower, does that give people a pullback and say, "Hey, I need to keep my money in my pocket. I don't need to take on high risk right now. Is there an alternative that I can go to?"
Yeah, it's actually putting a chill for individuals and also, unfortunately, businesses. This whole uncertainty, whereby normally businesses, they plan for like 5 years or more ahead, right? And they do kind of the return on investment projection based on the rules of the day. But now the rules of the day change every minute. So therefore, they're putting a chill, they're putting a hold on their investment, and as a result of that, we saw unemployment go down unemployment go up, meaning there's less people employed now because of the fact that businesses are not hiring. They're not sure. So as a result of that, if everybody is so uncertain, it's hard to start spending when you don't know if you're going to have a job in the future.
And usually this time of the year is where there's a pickup in terms of businesses hiring new people for summer is coming on. But I haven't experienced that. I haven't seen that, and we've seen that in the numbers when it comes to unemployment. Now we always go to the banks. The banks are mandating that people go back to the office at least 4 days a week, maybe just to have the feel of the office, have people come out of their houses, spend money when they come out of the house. Because if they're home, they're not going to be spending their money. All right, so they're going to be saving on so many other things. So maybe all of this is an indication that, hey, maybe they want the economy to pick up a pace, but they're also afraid that if it picks up a pace too fast, it's going to cause problems. So they're just treading
They're just treading water, right? In the middle of the ocean, right? And waiting for the boat to come and give them a hand. Hopefully, the G7 meeting that took place will kind of give that particular boost to the economy. But for now, what we would say, kind of what we've talked about last week, is kind of that emergency fund, and just to be on the safe side and to be ready to pounce for opportunities. Because through all this problem, if we're looking on the investment side, the Canadian market has done well. The U.S. not so
topsy-turvy,
but it will pick up, right? So it's not so there is a bit of opportunity there, for a bit more of aggressive investors. But for now, a lot of people on the sidelines.
So, speaking of pouncing, we've talked about off air about precious metals, gold and silver maybe going to record high. We keep, I think that's a line that we keep hearing about
especially silver. Silver's kind of basically stayed the same. It's gone up a bit, but gold has been going up, and also now there's talk about uranium, right? So as if you want to be an early adopter, if you want to be on kind of the ground floor, uranium in terms of a precious metal may be something. But again, this is really aggressive. You're taking an aggressive play. I've been watching uranium for past couple of weeks. It's it's gone up and then it's back
as soon
flat.
as fear starts watching, it's going to go that way.
I know. But gold, as you kind of alluded to in the beginning, it's just been going up because it's kind of a couple of things: a hedge against inflation, typically, and when the world goes to hell in a handbasket, people kind of gravitate towards gold. And what are we seeing is happening in the world, which is really sad to see right now. We live on unstable times, and people are kind of gravitating to the hard currency, which is gold, not the fiat currency.
That's right. And this may be an opportunity, as we talked about the precious metals, your portfolio emergency fund. This is an opportunity to now reach out to your financial advisor and have a conversation with them, have a conversation with the team, so that we can, be able to look at where we are and maybe look at a reassessment of risk and rewards, right?
Exactly. We're not saying in any investment plan, we're not saying to go all in, because you should diversify, but maybe increase your precious metal exposure from 5% to maybe 10%. Right. So we never stress for people to go all in a particular segment. You should always diversify, and you should seek the help of your advisor or professional to make sure that your portfolio fits your risk tolerance, investment objective, and ultimately your goals.
Yeah. And, the experts, the financial advisors on the team, can help you, especially if you're looking maybe for a short-term gain, or nothing is guaranteed, of course, but if you're looking for a short-term gain, maybe what needs to be assessed, and then you can make those decisions. It's not, as I said, it's not guaranteed that it will happen.
You know me with the word short-term gain. I'm not a big fan of
short-term.
There you go.
Long-term investor.
We're never in the game
but
short-term.
If I'm your
profit.
client, which I would appreciate a short-term gain here and there, and then we go back to the long-term vision. There's provisions for that in dealing with your clients, right?
Based on your risk tolerance.
Yeah, I'm a risky guy.
Yeah, trust me. I know. I see you on the golf course. The shots that you attempt, very risky, very risky. But so ultimately, right? If what you're saying is that there are some short-term opportunities into the market, but yes, there is. But I also want to make sure that it fits the long-term goal of the particular client.
Correct. Yes. So we've talked about all that's happening in the news and what's going on, but at the end of the day, all of these episodes that we're sharing is a reminder of of the things that are important in our everyday life. And you know, as we mentioned, emergency fund, as we mentioned, looking at your investments, and
I guess ultimately having a plan.
Having a plan.
That to me, that's the most important. If you don't, the plan consists of all of that stuff. Having, setting money aside for an emergency plan, making sure that you're fully protected should God forbid something happen to a family member. So you have enough insurance, life, critical illness, and also disability insurance. And then make sure that, your kids' education is taken care of if you have kids. And then if your kids are grown, look at maybe your retirement plan. So we look at all of that, right? How everything is interconnected to make sure that it's not, we're just looking at a singular event. We're looking at how does that event fit the overall piece of that particular puzzle.
That's right. And having that well-rounded financial plan is that's just one step closer to securing that future for retirement that you will need, right?
Exactly.
You don't want to be working 40 hours when you're touching 70.
70? Okay. All right. If I'm 70 and still working 40 hours, that's actually, you know what? That's not a bad thing for me. That's not a bad thing for me, as long as I could have another 40 hours of golfing too.
No.
Right? So this is not, well, it is work. Dealing with you, it is a lot of work. And that's why I've lost all the hair. But if it's not dealing with you, financial planning, making my clients' goals and dreams come true, that's not work. That's fun.
So, thank you for watching, of course, on this episode again. Next week, I promise you, next week we're going to be talking about in life insurance and the need for it. A young person like me, single, would I still need life insurance?
By the millions.
There you go. I might still need it. We'll have that conversation next week. Whether a person touching 70, definitely they'll need life insurance.
We'll tell you about get that 70. Okay.
We'll tell you all about it.
Maybe born in the 70s. All right.
Have a good one.
All right.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.